Hi everyone! In this video series, I'm going to be discussing my favorite and what I think are the best episodes of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, on DVD. Like Jem and the Holograms and the Transformers, G.I. Joe was an excellent 80s cartoon. It had all the right elements that made it successful, watchable, and memorable decades after it left the airwaves. This was a cartoon series that I could watch the same episode 10 times and still love it. When it came out on DVD, I was very excited, so I managed to get it as soon as I possibly could. This series was well written, action-packed, had interesting character development, and drew inspiration from various genres, including science fiction, horror, and romance. So, what do I consider some of the best episodes of this series? Well, one of the best, in my opinion, is Memories of Mara. This episode is like The Little Mermaid meets G.I. Joe. Mara is one of the most complex guest characters in this series. She had a hard life, which is why she ended up working for Cobra. Shipwreck rescues her and falls in love with her, but Lady Jaye is suspicious. She's looking out for Shipwreck but loses patience with him. And I love that this episode highlights the sometimes tense friendship between Lady Jaye and Shipwreck. Memories of Mara has intrigue, character development, great suspense, and one of the sweetest romances of the entire series. It is one of those G.I. Joe episodes that blends science fiction, romance, and action together in highly effective ways. So, Memories of Mara is definitely in my top 5, I would say number 5 of top 5. But even better than that episode is a two-parter called Worlds Without End. In this story, a group of Joes is sent to an alternate dimension or an alternate timeline where Cobra has succeeded and taken over the world. There are several reasons to love this episode, the first of which is the interesting reversal where the Joes are the resistance, the rebels. They're in the position of being the outlaw. This is a difficult and horrifying situation for them to be in, so they have to be creative because they won't survive any other way. Second, Cobra has released biological warfare, so these genetically altered insects that attack, and one of them stings Steeler, who is going through this existential crisis of whether he should be fighting or part of G.I. Joe. And that's the third reason I really enjoyed this episode, because that's a rare occurrence in G.I. Joe. Usually everybody is totally on board with the mission. Nobody ever has any doubts until this episode. So I love that too. Fourth, the Baroness has a great role in these two episodes. She is not evil and she is very interesting. And apparently her and Steeler have been in a relationship in secret. And that's also part of why I've always liked G.I. Joe. The women of G.I. Joe and Cobra are layered, formidable, and very intelligent. Lady Jaye is the one who figures out they are indeed in an alternate world. Finally, some of the lesser known or quirky Joes like Airtight, Steeler, Barbecue, and Grunt are put in the spotlight in this episode, and we really get to know them and like them. And I think G.I. Joe did that so well. They worked with so many characters and made many of them likable, memorable, utilized their skills in the plot effectively. Finally, Worlds Without End is extremely entertaining, so I highly recommend it. I will be reviewing more of what I consider to be the best episodes of G.I. Joe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.